Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at the Rlaarlo Omni Terminator. I only had one issue with this car and we're going to look at fixing that right now, and then we're going to take it out for a run. Before I do that, I'm going to put a link underneath for the offer that Rlaarlo have got at the moment. They've got up to 40% off on their website, so please go and check that out. I appreciate anybody clicking on that link. It is an affiliate link. It doesn't give me a lot of money, but it just helps the channel grow. Any money that I get from that link will go back into the channel. But without further ado, let's get this on the table. But let's see what the issue is and let's see if we can fix it. And then let's take it to BMX track and give it a good run. Hope you enjoy. Also, wait till the end of this video because I've got some really exciting news about something that I'm taking part in. So I'll talk about that at the end of the video. Please stay tuned. So if anybody hasn't seen my previous videos, we'll just have a quick overlook of this. This is obviously the Rlaarlo Terminator Omni Terminator. This was a roller version, so it has a full Lexon body, which I've put some tape on. I've put some tape on underneath just to give it, and it's held up really well. The actual car itself's holding up fantastically well. No major issues apart from the one which I'm going to talk about in a minute. But apart from that, it's been running absolutely perfectly well. Gear mesh is still good. I've had no issues with stones getting under the centre diff. That's not been an issue for me. The drive cups, as you can probably see, hopefully, absolutely fine. No issues at all with those drive cups. Adjusting the droop really does help with those drive cups. Obviously over time they will wear, but not had the major issue. So the only issue I've had with this car as a whole every time I'm running it is the shocks, and it's the actual C-clips popping off of the shocks. So this rear one here has gone completely. So I've already fitted some new shocks to the front, which I'm going to show you now, and nice and smooth. Rear ones a bit bouncy, but I'm going to show you now what they are. Get them fitted, get it out for a bash, and let's see how it performs. But yeah, overall this car has been absolutely fine. I had no major breakages. The chassis is still perfectly straight, not broke any arms or anything like that. It's held up really well to say what it's been through. I've had it at the BMX track, I've had it at the skate park, I've had it going up. If you see my last video, I will put a link to it where it's been going up a tree and it landed really badly. Not a single breakage. The bumpers have held up really well. I have bent the front shock tower slightly, which you might better tell, but I've bent that back. But you know, that happens on all rigs. It doesn't matter if they're £1,000 or £100. You know, if you land on the roof or on the top, you can break a shock tower. So yeah, so these are the ones that I went for. Fast Tracks 85mm. That's the part number if you do need it. Full metal shocks, metal perch at the bottom, metal caps, fully adjustable. The springs are quite soft on these, so I will be taking these springs off and using the original Rlaarlo springs. I'll also be using the silicone O-rings from the Rlaarlo shocks as well, because that's the only thing reading about these shocks, they can be a bit leaky. So I put the front ones on a few days ago, and I've had no leaking from that, and I use the O-rings from the Rlaarlo. So it's up to you what you do. A lot of people say the Tamiya red O-rings work really well as well, but they're relatively cheap shocks. They are the same size. The actual shock rod is shorter on these than the Rlaarlo ones, so it's not going to give you as much droop either. So we'll see how they go. I'm not saying this is the answer, but we're going to stick these on and we're going to see. I'll just give you a side by side with the Rlaarlo shocks. As you see, from shock tower down to the arm, they are the same length. You get plenty of hardware with these shocks as well. You've got the standoff screws, so I don't know if they'll be better, the same, or worse than the Rlaarlo ones, but we're going to try them. You've also got these that come with it, but you cannot use, you have to use the plastic spacers that you get with the Rlaarlo. But yeah, you get all bolts and nuts and washers and everything as well, so it's pretty cool. 600 weight oil, this seems to be what my sweet spot is on this car with the original shocks, but we shall see. So we'll start off by taking the original shocks off. You're going to need a 2.5mm to get the screw out the bottom, and then an M3 to get the actual bolt off that side, and a 2.5 to come in from this side. And you can use the same screws from the bottom and the top if you want to use the original Rlaarlo screws. So the bottom ones I will reuse to put the bottom of the shocks in. Top ones I'm going to use the ones that come with it. So that's the shocks off, dead simple as you saw, no issues with that at all. You can see in there as well, the drive cup is absolutely spot on, no wear at all on that. The issue with these shocks is that the C-clips keep coming off at the top, and that's why they keep failing. Now most shocks this size do have C-clips at the top, but the Rlaarlo ones have two C-clips, so one underneath the piston and one on top of the piston, where these just have one on top of the piston. So as you can see, these have a C-cert clip there, but it's quite a bit beefier than the one that comes with the Rlaarlo, but underneath there isn't one, because the way this is designed is there's a little ledge under there where that sits on top, and it does feel a lot firmer and less likely that it's going to fail, but we will see. I'm not saying this is going to be the answer, but hopefully, fingers crossed. And also the actual rod itself is thicker than the one on the Rlaarlo as well, only by a tiny bit, but it is slightly thicker. Just wanted to show you the difference. It just, the actual cert clip as well just looks a little bit stronger in there, like it's held in better, but only time will tell. As you can see, the actual, it is a little bit longer and a little bit wider, but we'll see how these go. I'm doing the testing for you guys. The first thing I need to do is take the actual O-rings out of this one. Make sure you get them all out. That white you want to keep in there. You see there's a little white spacer as well. You want to keep that as well, because that goes in between the two O-rings. And there's another O-ring there as well. You put the O-rings in, either put a bit of grease on them or just put a little bit of oil on the new ones when you put them in. If you're taking them from another shock, then it's not too much of an issue, because that shock will already have oil on it. And these new shocks as well are all metal, so even this bottom bit here is all metal. It's metal as well, so I recommend is when you put it onto the bottom of your rod, tight on that as well, just to stop it from unscrewing. I'll do one of these on video, just putting back together again, and then I'll do the other one off video. The O-ring goes in there. Then you've got the white spacer and the second O-ring. And then what I would do is actually put the rod through before you actually tighten it up. It's less likely to tear. There we go. I'll put the cap back on here. You don't want to over tighten this, because there's a little rubber seal here as well, so you just want to meet it up to that rubber seal. Just finger tight. A little bit of Loctite. Screw these on. Again, you just want these finger tight, not too tight. The Loctite will keep it on, hopefully. There we go. Nice and smooth. And then I'm going to fill this with some 600 weight. Just make sure all your air bubbles are out and that's moving nice and freely. I'm just going to leave that to stand for 5 minutes. Put my so when I put my shock back, I actually like to take this little seal out and pop that on top of the shock and then screw it on, and it just seems to work better. You tend to find you trap less air as well, so I'm going to get this out first. Put that on top of my actual, and you will get rid of a bit of excess oil, but that's fine. Always make sure it's fully put up. Then I'm going to screw this on. It's a bit harder doing this on camera. And screw that down. Not all the way though. Just going to keep an eye on this, make sure it's nice and free, which it is. And give that a nice tighten. Make sure this is still moving freely, which it is. No air trapped in there. And there we are, perfect, nice and smooth. Actual Rlaarlo springs rather than the ones that came with it, which are a direct fit. There we go, and that feels absolutely lovely. Feels so smooth. So I'll just get this on the car now. It's a direct fit into the car. I'm going to put it in the same holes that I had before. I use the screws that come with these new ones. I'm going to put a little washer behind it. And then straight into the shock tower. You can also reuse the shock cap protectors as well. And that's one new shock in, and that's nice and smooth. So I'll get the other side done off camera, and then I'll come back to you and show you the finished product. There we go, all fitted. Feels really nice actually. Nice rebound on it. Doesn't feel too soft, not too hard. Feels really good. The actual rebound collars on this move up and down so nicely as well. So, and they look pretty cool as well. All in black with the gold. Very easy to change over. Not saying this is going to work any better or any worse than the stock, but we will see. But yeah, feels really nice. To the BMX track, some nice big jumps to do. Got the place to ourselves. What I forgot to mention is I've actually put a bigger pinion in. So I think this is like a 28 tooth pinion in it. It's the biggest I could fit in. So this thing should fly. Running 120C 2200 mAh battery. Right, let's just see how she actually handles on the flat. Perfect. Look at the handle. Handles so nicely this car. First jump. Oh, beautiful little jump. A little bit of bounce on the rear, but suspension seems to be working well. Whoa! Back on his feet. Brought some grass with him. Oh, drives so nice, such a small car. Right, let's take it onto this bigger jump. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This car is just, for the size of it, it's brilliant. Fun. Cornering absolutely great. So smooth. Oh, two wheels. Whoa! 360 working well. Lands as well. Whoa, what a nice jump. Bit of air control then as well. These shocks are definitely working well. Oh, what a jump. Oh, we've broke something there. We've actually broke something. What have we broke? Well, this is my first real breakage. What have we broke? A hinge pin. So we broke a hinge pin. See that it's bent. Looks like it's snapped as well, but apart from that, it's all been running absolutely great. The actual hinge pin holder looks absolutely fine, which is good. I've got some spare ones of these at home anyway, so. But yeah, the shocks been working out absolutely fine, no problem at all. The shocks are a success. Really happy with those, to be fair. Seems to be working really well. Great little car this, absolutely love it, so much fun. But yeah, we'll get that hinge pin fixed and I'll get it back out for another video very soon. So yeah, I'll leave a link, like I say, for these shocks I've put on here. I'm not saying it's the answer. I'm not saying they're good. I'm not saying it's the answer. I'm not saying they're better than the Rlaarlo ones or worse or the same, but they're different. Need to test them a little bit longer to say yes, they're perfect. But you know, they're not broke. The pistons haven't failed, and I've sent it quite high. So. Yeah, as you can see, absolutely fine. No pistons broke on them. Rebounding nicely. So, right, let's get it back home. It's starting to rain. Lovely British summertime. Thank you for watching. Don't switch off yet either. Just wait for the next bit. I'll tell you all. So as I said at the beginning of the video, really excited. I'm going to be taking part in the Rlaarlo remote football competition. This is where I'll be controlling a Rlaarlo car from my home here in the UK in China against other YouTubers. So more information about that very soon. I'll post a video once I know all the details, but really excited about that. So please look out for that. It's going to be a live event. It's going to be super exciting, something super new. Thank you for watching. Remember to put that like button. Remember to subscribe if you haven't. And please comment, good or bad. It's up to you.